There have been many articles that have come out talking about the mental load that a mom carries. Not only does she have to take care of her family and manage a household, in many cases, she has to work as well. I am one of those moms that has a pretty large mental load. I run businesses, I have a baby, I have to take care of my house, I want a social life. There are lots of things going on. And while I have not totally figured it out, I have certainly come up with some shortcuts, some secrets, some tips, some ways that I can live life a little bit easier knowing that I have to manage my daughter and my home responsibilities as well as my work responsibilities. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you some of those tips, some of those tricks, how I balance life as a working mom. And just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Remember to turn on that notification bell so you always know when we have new videos coming out. And give this video a thumbs up if you could use a little reduction on your mental load. For a working mom, you can't even use the excuse of, I woke up on the wrong side of the bed. You still have 800 people who need and want things from you. So it's on you to start your day off right. Here are a few things that I do. First of all, I make sure that in the morning when I check my phone, I check it for only 3 quick things. First of all, I check any notes or updates that I have left for myself for that particular day. I check my calendar so I know exactly what's going on. I usually do that the night before as well, but this is just a good reminder. And I also check emails really quickly to see if there's anything urgent that I have to be flagged about. Other things that I do to keep up the pace, I make sure that I unload the dishwasher in the morning. As annoying as it might sound, I unload it while something else is happening, like water is boiling or some food is heating up. That way I know that the rest of the day, at least the dishwasher and the kitchen counter area is set and it's not going to become chaotic. At this stage in the game, Riley is pretty easy to satisfy when it comes to breakfast. She also eats at daycare. So typically in the morning, I make sure I have some milk for her. And then for me, as I let her play and kind of do her own thing while I'm getting myself ready for the morning, I will throw a few food items together in a bag, take some cutlery and a napkin with me, and that is gonna be my meal on the go. Before Riley was born, I thought that I was pretty organized and on the ball, and then after she was born, life changed, of course. But then after I went back to work, that was a whole other level of craziness because now I was in a new routine. I had my own stuff to tend to, and then I had to get her off to daycare. So where I thought I was efficient, I had to completely rejig everything that I did. What I used as kind of a benchmark or something to help me figure out how I could re-engineer parts of my day, I looked at habits of very effective people and I tried to incorporate that into what I do. Some of the things that they do, they like to tackle things the night before. So now I leave my outfit that I'm going to be wearing the next day, I pick it out the night before. It eliminates one extra decision and I can just get ready, change and go. Another thing I do, I pack my bags the night before. My work bags, my purse, if I need any documentation. I always make sure that I have that, my laptop, everything is charged up and ready to go. Now, let's say in the morning everything goes right and then all of a sudden I pull my shirt on and I get a stain on that shirt. It can really throw a wrench in your plans. You've got all of these things set in motion and then all of a sudden, record scratch, everything stops. Instead of freaking out, I just keep my Carbona Stain Devils handy. The one that I'm going to be using in this case is specifically formulated to deal with grass, dirt, and makeup stains like lipstick and mascara. And the reason I like keeping these around is because they are specifically formulated to deal with certain types of stains, so I know that I'm not running the risk of a stain remover product maybe working and maybe not working. So what I'll do here is I'm gonna put a clean white cloth underneath the shirt so that there's no transfer or bleed through. Next, I'm gonna dab up any of that extra lipstick with some clean paper towel. Then I'm going to apply the Stain Devil onto the stain, just dab it in. I'm gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes while I take care of something else. Then I'll be back, I'll give it a rinse under some warm water, then throw it in the washing machine when I get home later. My car is like a little home away from home. Before I had a baby, of course, I would just throw a couple items in the car that I needed for the day, but now I am always thinking 2 steps ahead because I've been in enough situations where I've been without something, and imagining going all the way back to my house just to get it felt overwhelming and frankly dreadful. So instead I'd have to run out and buy something. Now what I do is I just pack like a little emergency bag with me. So I take this reusable grocery bag, and in it I have a few personal effects for me and for Riley. These include some baby washcloths, a package of wipes, a spare diaper, a blanket, a change of her clothes, and of course, a change of mine. That way neither of us are ever in a pickle. And while I do carry a diaper bag with me, sometimes it is nice knowing that I do have backup in the car. I also like to keep some cleaning tools in the car with me. First of all, some microfiber cloths. These have come in handy so many times. Every time that there's a spill, whether it's something Riley spilled or something I've spilled or even Chad, just grab one of these cloths, give it a quick wipe up, and then I take them inside and launder them afterward. I've also used them to clean cream off of glasses. I'm sure many of you have experienced that happening before, or even any mess or streaks on the dashboard or the navigation system. This can quickly wipe it off, super simple. The other thing I keep around is a lint roller. This is good not only to remove pet hair, which is often on me after I leave the house, but any crumbs that have fallen into the car, whether it's here on a regular seat or even in a car seat, quick swipe of a lint roller gets rid of it. So these are some great simple things to have on the go so that you feel more secure even when you're away from home. There are things that can splash onto a monitor or a phone, a tablet or a keyboard or a mouse. So it's important to keep a couple of little cleaning solutions handy. You can use little mini spray bottles and just keep them tucked in your desk. One is a general disinfectant, so just equal parts water and rubbing alcohol. You can use this sprayed on a flat weave cloth. You can use this to clean any of your screens as well as disinfect any surfaces that you like. You can also have a general purpose cleaner with you, a little bit of dish soap, a little bit of water in a spray bottle, and you can use that with a general purpose microfiber cloth to give any surface in your desk area a quick touch up. This is important because I always find that mess begets mess. So the messier your space looks, the messier and more grimy it will become. If you can nip it in the bud and stay on top of it by keeping these simple little tools handy, it'll help keep your desk space a lot cleaner. As many moms say, when they get home from work, their other full-time job begins. And this beginning of the end of the day can feel overwhelming in and of itself. The first thing I want you to know is just don't feel bad about anything. There are days where I am on top of the world when it comes to, keeping clean and on top of things. And there are days where I totally drop the ball, and I'm jokingly apologetic about it, but really deep down in my heart, I really don't feel bad because you know what? I'm doing my best, and that's what you should remind yourself about as well. But there are a few practical things that I've learned and that I do just to try and stay on top of things. The dishwasher is so important for me. As I said, I unload the dishwasher in the morning so that when I get home, any lunch containers, any sippy cups for Riley, any things that we use to cook dinner, any utensils or dishes that we eat dinner on, it can all get loaded right into the dishwasher instead of sitting piled on the counter. That is really important. Running the dishwasher through at the end of the night, that's another thing to keep in mind. That way your cycle can start all over again the next morning. The other thing that I make sure I do, if I have any stained clothing at the end of the day, so I'm not talking about regular laundry, stained clothing, whether it's from me or Chad or Riley, who is the #1 stain recipient in our household, I will gather any of that stained stuff. I'll pre-treat it as usual. So remember that shirt that I got the lipstick stain on in the morning, that's gonna go in this load. And of course, anything that Riley comes home with is gonna go into this one load as well. It's okay that I'm washing mixed colors in the same load because I'm using Carbona Color Grabber. These microfiber sheets grab and lock loose dyes in the wash to prevent color runs. And this saves me a lot of time because I don't have to worry about separating, especially for a small load. Above all else, each night just take some time for you. Whether it's reading a magazine, doing your nails, catching up on a show that you're binge watching, or just sitting in your room playing Scrabble on your iPad, which is kind of how I spend 3 nights a week. Fine, whatever you need to do to unwind and just take your mind off of everything else, it is so important that you do that because that helps recharge your batteries and get you going for the next day. A special thank you to our friends at Carbona for sponsoring this video. You guys know that I am all about using the right product, the product that is actually going to work for the task at hand. Well, Carbona has a complete line of stain devils designed specifically to handle virtually any stain situation in your home. To learn more, visit carbona.com to conquer your stain the Carbona way. A time suck is not unique to working moms. In fact, working dads, parents that don't work, people who are retired, students, bachelors, everybody in this world experiences a time suck, something that wastes a lot of their time that they would rather be using to do something else. I would love to know in the comments down below, what is your time suck? I will tell you mine. Sadly, it's cooking. I used to love cooking. I went to cooking classes, but after I had Riley and started to work again, I just found that cooking took up so much of my precious time that I would otherwise be spending with her. So we as a family have really been struggling with getting dinners together properly lately. We have been eating way more takeout than I would like to admit. So I'd love to know in the comments, what is it that is sucking up your time? If you want to see what we're up to during the rest of the week, you can follow along on Instagram. I'm at Melissa Maker. Chad is at the Chad Reynolds, and the two of us are at Clean My Space. If you like the Clean My Space channel and you want to help support us, please do so by just watching another video of ours right after this one. Here are a couple that we think you might love. If you want to learn more about Maker's Clean Microfiber Cloths, you can click this button right over here. There is a button down there that lets me know you care, so click it if you liked this video, and click this button right here to subscribe and begin your journey to a cleaner life. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.